Hey, it's Colio, playing Dominions 4. We are on the warpath. We have declared war on the Bengalar. Some big battles coming up. Lots of troops on our side. We'll see what we got. This is our first attack. Who knows what kind of defense they have here. So this is our army. And I gotta say, it is quite impressive. Let's do a little panorama. So, slingers up the whole line. A ton of slaves, and we got some sacred serpents right in the middle of it to buff everybody's morale. Just a kind of a hodgepodge of different of the heavy infantry. Even more. We got so many elite slaves. This is a slave army. Pretty incredible. Down in the bottom, we got some minotaurs for good measure. They're going to trample. I didn't think about this earlier, but if the minotaurs ever break morale, they've got really great morale. They berserk. Not too bad, but the trample can be used against you. If a minotaur's ever running away, he tends to go through anybody who's in his way. Luckily, they're in the back. Shouldn't be a huge problem. Here's a big group of our units, and I really should have spread these mages out now that I think about it. And I'll do that after this fight. I'll spread them out so that their spells hit a large area. Much more units, and then we've got Bamani sitting in the back. He'll be throwing down some spells as well. What are we facing? We got a war elephant over here. This guy looks like he's casting magic right now. Astral mage, pretty weak. Lucky, reincarnation. We'll see this trait a lot. Reincarnation. This unit has a chance of being reincarnated if it has lived a successful enough life. Depending on its action, it will reincarnate as a higher or lower form of life. Truly enlightened ones may achieve unity with the awakening God and become part of the divine dominion. So, I'm not 100% sure on what this does. I think, based on how much experience they've got, maybe they have a chance of turning into a random unit. Or they could boost dominion, like it said, from death. I don't know. We're not too familiar with that effect. We got some heavy calves, some archers. The archers are always going to be dangerous for us, and tons of horse archers, so that's another thing. These units, pretty terrifying. They're lady chimps. They got good hit points, really low protection, but pretty good at dodging. We'll see them a lot. They're a sacred unit. They have awe, so they have a chance that whatever's trying to strike at them will be mesmerized by their beauty, basically, and not attack. And they also boost the morale of units around them. So they're more annoying than anything. But I think they're probably the most annoying thing on this battlefield. The war elephant would be more frightening if they had a lot more of them, but that one is not going to make it far. But a large war elephant with trample can tear up something smaller than it. Let's zoom out and see how this goes down. So as a blessing comes out, here comes the arrows. Watch the damage as they hit. Ooh, pretty tough. We are definitely going to lose some people. Oh, there's some wolves down in the bottom there. There's a fanaticism coming from Prophet Lugal. Lots of morale on the team. And let's see what that did to our front line. They're at 13, so it looks like the Taskmaster, the big whip, isn't having as much effect as we want. Oh, this one's at 15. Maybe that one just had battle fright. That one's at 13. 13. Well, it depends on their experience, I guess. Okay. Lots of eagle eyes. So they're getting ready to cast long-range spells, basically. Ooh, and our army moved forward. Out in the middle, it looks like... What's all this cloud stuff? I don't know. It was a spell, but it's already off this map. The wolves stood no chance. The mind burns, extremely dangerous. That's a great way to kill a commander off. Always got to look out for those. They can kill off a pretender with good mind burns. The elephants hit the ranks. He's trampling us, but he's surrounded himself. Simi casting a bolt of unlife, taking out a unit. Bone Lord as well. Ooh, just wiping people out. Breath of the Dragon, not having much effect. Panic amongst the ranks. More eagle eyes. The elephant is downed. We're cutting through these nasty female chimp things. The banishment's coming out from the enemy. I wonder what they're banishing. I don't think we have any summon units right yet. There's a shadow bolt coming from Simi. Pretty effective, though it missed. I guess the shadow bolt did some damage there. The breath of the dragon maybe causing some poison. I don't know if that has any effect. Oh, there's the blade wind. Now you see that big just cluster of death. Here it comes. It's gonna hit them. Oh, and just chop through them. That come from Bomani back there. Lots of action happening in the front, and we're just gonna surround, blitzkrieg, engulf this army and murder it. There's lots of arrow fire coming out. Again, very deadly for us. More blessings, another bolt of unlife. Ooh, doing damage. I think the bolt of unlifes are a little better than the shadow bolts. The breath of the dragon, I don't know what effect they have. I need to read it. Here's some more blade wind. Ah, just devastating. If I had more mages capable of casting that, I would be unstoppable, truly. Starfires from the enemies, more arrows, tearing us apart. The militia have retreated. They cannot believe the size of our lizard army. Oh, little teeny guy just got knocked in the back. Too bad. A breath of the dragon. Again. I feel like that is poisoning them. The game, it goes so slow it's hard to notice. Oh, look at this one. That was beautiful. Bomani doing work. And look how tough these chimp ladies are. They're incredibly hard to kill. They've been in the front for a long time, and our guys just can't touch them. They're all struck in by them. Touch of Madness. So everybody's casting Touch of Madness, except for Bubba, Rage the Cornered Rat. They're on the point of the battle where they start casting their own spells. More touches of madness. I think this gives them berserk so they won't flee, and it's buffing their, our troops. More arrows. They're on the run here. Let's get in closer now. Just to watch the swarm come. There's a vine arrow. Hit somebody and he's all entangled. Look at that. You know what? I'm thinking this will make a good screenshot. So I got to do it real quick. Oh, there's a Minotaur up front. These monkey archers are still here. I expected them to run a long time ago. Oh, he's not going anywhere. Ooh! He just got trampled by a big old cow, man. There we go. So, how did that go for me? We had almost 500 elite warriors. We lost 28 of them. We lost 2 of our heavy infantry and 3 poison slingers. This is probably from arrow fire. Not much at all. They didn't have a lot here. A lot of that was probably province defense. But what they had here is pretty dead. Pretty good. Your troops in Epernia are starting to starve, so we cannot feed this huge army, even with all the bags that we have. 290 is not too bad, but I feel like I need to split this army up a bit. Now, the real question is, what's the best way to proceed from this spot? We can go north and capture this, but that leaves them a chance to come back in and cut us off. We could go south and just kind of split up and take this whole side, and then cut back to get these areas behind us. The big thing is this is definitely going to slow us down. I think what we do is we do go south. We hit this area. We leave a big defense here. We really need money saved up for these defenses we have to leave in place or set up. maybe we leave some units behind. Because of the starving, our army might be plenty big enough that we can afford to leave some behind and split them up. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to leave potentially just one full unit. I think Krim would be a good one to leave behind, along with Latu. They're kind of in the back. The other ones are more crucial to the fights, and the mages will definitely be coming with me. It could be a little dangerous splitting up my forces, but I think this is a better way to go forward. Who's the other one? Krim? There he is. Okay, let's move down. And in this province, I feel like recruiting becomes less of a concern, though it's nice to build them up to replace the troops. More importantly, I need as much province defense as I can in these areas that I take over. That's really where all my excess gold needs to go. Is so when they come back in, when I leave here, I have enough troops remaining to help defend this area so they don't just come right in behind me and cut me off from my areas, from my any escape route, basically. So anything else we can do? We're still researching. I think we need to change research paths, don't we? No, we were saving up for the water one, and we've actually gotten it. Yeah. So we're going down a different research path now. I think alteration is pretty powerful for us, and evocation now that we're engaged in large fighting. Enchantment has some really good stuff. Water shield, yeah, okay. It's kind of along the same lines of alteration, lots of buffing spells. So definitely we're actually going into enchantment. I could consider just cutting it up and going into both, but I won't do that. So back here, we got a couple people who have been recruited already sitting in there, but that'll be fine. I think other than that, these two, did they do anything while they're here? It's a good question. I don't want to be building any fortifications here, but we do have him. He can construct. This gets more administration, more money that'll be coming in from my territories. More important than up here. Oh, but I've spent all my money. That's right. That is a thing. And there's no going back now. Once you set up a defense, you can't subtract from it. Oh, you can. As long as the turn hasn't passed, I guess. Okay, well, never mind. I'll go back one just to get the 100 he needs to construct a supply storage. Let's say that's a wise investment. Okay, this army is pretty big, and it may move on us now that we've engaged them. But let's proceed and see how things go. This game could swing very easily due to some bad mistakes in the next couple turns. Okay, we've researched 2 levels of enchantment, and there was a battle in Durshid, so they did not attack us. We're still attacking them. We didn't claim the throne. We need to do that as well. We're in an area where... Okay, this army stands absolutely no chance against us. So I'm going to run through this real quick. So, yeah, the area that we just took was... It had a throne on it, and I forgot to leave somebody behind to collect it. Oh. Yeah, that was easy. I wonder if they killed anybody. Yeah, 1 slave died in that battle. Oh well. How much money does he need to construct a new building? We should do that first. That should be the last one for him. So what I'll do is set up a nice defense down here. Okay. And then we'll move. I feel like there's not enough defense down here at 29. They're just going to take it right back if I don't leave enough here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swap these two. They'll come back down here to defend this area. This army's going to go back up here. We'll have Lugal claim this throne, and then we'll siege this castle. This is going to put a pretty wide a front of 3 But I don't think there's any way of getting around that. And then cutting off these back areas and getting to them and getting them out of the way is going to be really important. Once I get to them, they're going to have a lot of trouble coming up here with me always attacking at the south. Or, you know, they'll have a lot of trouble moving an army up there. So getting those and getting those resources will be really good. The big thing is don't lose anything that I've already acquired through blood. Other than that, we've done our construction. That's pretty much all we got going on in the background is our logistics commander. There's another dangerous part about this is now we're bordering the Atlanteans in two places. They could always attack as well as Banderlog. So you gotta keep that in mind. This is an area we want to put a lot more defense in. Pretty much all of our treasury needs to go to keeping these areas safe. And we can't go back in the areas that have already passed a turn and lower. So that money's already been spent. There's no other way to gain money other than certain spells, but anyway, let's end the turn. Just see what happens next. They did not attack. Research and enchantment again. I wonder what this is giving me access to. So a lot of these are really good for defending against missile attacks. I don't know if any of them affect the whole battlefield. I think really far out you'll find some things that hurt archers. But I think you need really good levels and a lot more research to get to them. Anything coming up that I want is more important. Vile Water, Astral Healing. We don't have any Astral Mages that could cast this. Raise Dead and Twiceborn, maybe? Behemoth. We do have somebody that could cast that. Poison Ward and Haste. Haste could be good. A large number of soldiers are given quick feet. Movement is doubled. Does that give extra attacks? I don't think it does. I wouldn't want to use that because I don't want soldiers getting ahead of the others and, you know, getting surrounded and killed. I think I'll leave enchantment alone and go back into, say, alteration. There's probably some more coming up in this that'll be good for our mages to cast. Mist Form is a good one. Iron Skin will be a good one. Protection, Moss Body, not much. Breath of Desert, what else do we have here? Liquid Body, Quickness is good. That's a good... This is like the haste for the whole... Or for large groups of people. Gives them extra swings of attack. Temper Flesh, Destruction. There's a couple good ones here. Swarm, Shrink, probably. It depends on whether they'll cast them themselves. I don't think there's any reason to go beyond another or level 4 of this immediately. Just because our magic isn't that impressive. So, alteration for at least 2 levels. That's fine. Unexpected event in Enremark. People are starting to worship false pretenders in the secrecy of their homes. Dominion -2. Non-believers back here. A lot of them. What kind of people are here? These are humans, right? I think they are. Yeah. Hairless apes. Worshipping false gods that are not Bamani. Okay. Lugal, I want you to claim that throne. And that'll give us 2 thrones. More importantly, it takes 2 thrones away from them. So as long as I can hold these 2 thrones, they will not be able to win in some cheesy way. Now, defense. Or, better yet. Oh yeah, this is going to take at least another month. That's fine. Defense then. Let's buff this. 40. Pretty decent number there. Let's go back to here. Get that one to 40. And I want to keep these pretty much the same going further. 40 is a pretty hard defense to tackle. That's where I've left most of my provincial things, or most of my openings. So we might be safe enough to attack further up, but we're going to give it a turn, I think. Definitely until we claim the throne. That throne is going to give us some bonuses. Throne of Fortune. It'll help us going forward. We'll end the turn here. I'm sure they'll launch a counterattack eventually. They're probably building up for it. But maybe they just are afraid of our army. Or they're playing very defensively. Okay, one more in alteration. We have claimed the Throne of Fortune. We'll take a look at what that gives us exactly. Increases luck, spreads dominion. Dominion gets luck +1, produces 2 astral. Now that's an important thing. We need to pay attention to our dominion. We've got a negative on dominion here. This dominion is even. Oh no, we've got one in that. Right here. It's kind of hard to see behind this huge army. But spreading our dominion forward will help us in these battles as well. As well as hindering the enemy. If I can cut off this army, that's what I really want to do. Sieging this castle will be difficult. This is their furthest castle out. It's probably not that hard to siege. I might have been able to... Nah. Okay. I'm going to recruit some new things. Some priests that can build temples. Maybe some high priest. Recruit 2 high priests to build temples. Or just 1. We want to spend a lot of our money on defenses, so 1 will be fine to go and start building temples over these. If a land is ever captured, they will destroy our temples, but then that means they can't use them against us. But it is 400 gold and a turn that was kind of wasted from a priest. Now the question is, what do I do with these 2? Do I move them back up to here and put all of our... Yeah, we put more defense points into this. We move them back up here to defend this. This army moves forward. I like that idea. So y'all go forward. This province, it's got to be able to stand on its own. So everything I got into it. Hopefully they can't come in here and sneak this one away. And then this army are going to go siege, cut off this area from reinforcing any more troops, cut them off for more money, and then slowly make our way into the back there with 1 or 2 units. This hammer is done, and this could be a completed fort here. That's good. Hammer can move forward. Maybe I'll get to constructing a fort as I move forward, just to further cement my place. We'll end the turn here. Siege battles are very difficult, especially for the type of army that I have built. I might want to consider making more mages to help with sieges. There's a battle at Llama. Here's a llama, there's a llama. Llama, duck. Little teeny fight. Yeah, oh my goodness, there no challenge. Raising skeletons. They just ran immediately, didn't they? Oh, he's not good. Oh, he did get away. Oh well. Okay, somebody didn't get away. We started to destroy the gate at Fort Llama, and our troops at Llama are actually starving due to a lack of supplies. It's unfortunate. Did we lose anything? No. So, apparently this province that we're in has very little supplies. It does. So we have to split our army up even more. We can probably send one of the big ones, Sergeant Tacos, or somebody, into the back to claim these territories. And that would free up a good deal of supplies. The siege will take a bit before we can bridge the walls and get inside their castle. Maybe we'd send with Tacos a mage or 2 just to help him out. I think we do. He's going to go back. Should be able to do it by himself. Claim these territories. Once again, we want Hammer moving forward. We have a priest who's going to move forward. And we're working on another priest, yeah? No, we just made the one. Alright, and these two they're just defending our home. Though I could... No, I want to defend the territory I've taken over. I could just move one down, leave one up here. Our province defense is getting pretty high, so that should really help out if we ever do get attacked. I think I'll move Laudo down here to defend that, and then we'll once again go really hard on the province defense. Okay. One issue with taking this army up is we might not be able to break down the walls without that army here. Defense 400. A castle with a high defense value will be able to withstand much more damage before the attackers are able to break through the gate. I don't know if that's directly representative of how much force you need to go through it. I might need 400 troops to break through that wall, or to at least start tearing it down. And by taking out 100 and, whatever he has in his army, by taking out 174 of my guys, I might not be able to break down this wall anymore, but we'll find out. I think I can start putting a defense in this. No, I cannot. Not while it... Well, actually, I might... Yeah, no, I can't. Not until I take it completely and get rid of the castle. So this army's kind of sitting out here out in the open. It looks like a lot of their troops have backed off. I mean, they had a huge force here. Maybe they come down a bit. I don't know. Okay, let's end turn. We'll see what happens next. We're starting to spread kind of thin. But if we can get through the next couple turns without any big losses, we'll really grab a firm hold of this area. Oh, they are going on the attack here. So research and alteration complete. That's as far as we wanted to go in alteration. I think we'll go into more evocation next. It's a decent way to go. There's a battle in Last Step Swamp, so we're going up that hill with Sergeant Taco and 2 mages. And a pretty simple force here. They're actually using some of our carnivorous lizards against us. That must be the local populace. This is just a provincial defense, and it shouldn't be any problem. Oh wow, they're actually doing some good damage though. But they got the first strike, and that was why. That was unfortunate, just kind of the way that lined up. That they got to attack first. But we won it. Looks like he probably lost a couple soldiers in that first attack though. 7 of them. Not that bad. There's a battle in Llama, so they're trying to reclaim their territory. Let's hope... Oh wow, okay, now they're trying to push out of this castle and break our siege with a pretty decent force here. They got mages. Looks like they've got Jaguar, Tribe Priest. Not much there, yeah. Not very frightening. A couple archers here and there, which are always a danger. They got some Vine Men, which are summon units, and these are Vine Ogre. Pretty tough unit. If my priest ever gets to a point to where he can cast Banishment, which he'll be able to do fairly soon, he should be able to do a lot of damage to summon units. And some small amount of units. Again, these female monkeys, kind of dangerous. We'll go at a reasonable speed and just see how things go. We might lose a couple troops here or there. I don't expect to lose this fight. Yeah, the wolves didn't make a difference at all. There's a smite, and he'll go to banishments this next turn. He should. Ooh, man. Blade Wind again. Crucial. Doing tons of damage. Oh wow, our troops retreating? What happened there? They've lost their morale. Man, at 14 too. I wonder what caused that. Maybe some spells they've been casting. That is a huge loss, losing all them soldiers this early in it. Yeah, they're just retreating. I guess that's the disadvantage of having that whip. I get more troops, but they broke a little too easily for me, for my liking. Well, that definitely evened up their chances of winning this. We are summoning skeletons, which helps us out a bit. These slingers running off on their own is not going to help much. They might be out of ammunition, and they're running up to melee attack because that's their only option. Looks like we broke the front line though. Our slingers are retreating. That was actually a painful battle for us. And a big issue with that, a lot of our retreating troops could have gone back to other provinces, and they're not standing with us, which would lower us even more. Okay, so how did that go? These are their losses. They lost a couple of their chieftains and stuff. These are really good wins for us. All these commanders we get rid of. They lost 69 troops. We only lost 45. There's a lot of routes going on. That's crazy. 7 heavy infantry, some elite warriors, 1 sacred serpent died. A lot of poison slingers. That's pretty bad. Okay, unexpected event in Newtonshire. The local sect has flourished. The leader preaches that labor is for the wicked. So we lose some dominion. Sloth is up in the province, and the resources are down. The fortification in Lama is unharmed. We need more men. This is what I was afraid of, to breach it. So we gotta wait until that army comes back. And there's still a lack of supplies. This is in the last step swamp. This is that army that's moving on. That's not a huge issue. It is gonna cause him to lose some troops. But he's gonna continue. He's gonna pick up all these stragglers that ran off. Not even. He can't even grab them all. A lot of them retreated back here where he is. That's very unfortunate. Yeah, man. Ooh, my. We're going to pick up what we can and move them back onto this base. Supply usage is way down. That's a benefit. Oh my, yeah, we lost. Come on, Sergeant Krim and Sargon. They just cowered out and ran away. Oh well. We're going to take this area real quick. Push forward. Oh, these are the 2 mages. They fled. So interesting. It must have been some spells they were casting, or maybe some of the awe effect that caused that. Because I don't think we had enough losses that would have caused mages to retreat. Just like that. Well, the mages can pick up whatever they can and bring them with them. They can't lead many troops, but they might be able to. There's 2 of them. Oh wait, yeah, right. Which ones are going back? Bone Lord and Bubba. Oh, I clicked on the wrong spot. So I want these ones being on Bone Lord and Bubba. Well, first we can put the other ones on. Yeah. I'd rather these serpents go back with these 2 though. There we go. So these units, I guess they're just gonna attack. They will be in the fight going with us. And they'll have low morale. But better than them just sitting around doing nothing. These 2 units, they're just gonna hand those off when they get back. I'm a lot more worried about this group with Sergeant Tacos. Okay. Let's see what else we can bring up. So Krim and Sargon, dirty cowards, get back up in there. Grab as many as you can, take with you. Actually, no, one of them was a coward. The other one was actually supposed to be here. I think it was Sargon. Anyway, I want them both going back up there. It might leave us a little less defended here, but that'll be okay. We want to construct a temple here. And we're not going to build a base or a fort. So I think Hammer's just going to chill here. And Ladu is as well. If we got any additional money, we want to put it in defense. That is a big defense. I think the maximum you can have is up to 100. And yeah, it gets pretty crazy by then. When you consider that these are like free soldiers that appear if you get attacked. And any losses within them are instantly replenished as long as you survive. Okay, we're gathering our people. Are there any here? Yeah, there's a couple we could pick up. Yeah, we'll just leave them sitting there. It'll be fine. We got a lot of the important people in this area at least ready to go. They may, yeah, with this big army, attack again. Hopefully we can hold them off. At least until he gains this area and comes back and we tear this wall down and claim it. The faster that happens, the better. Is there anything else to look into? I don't think so. It would be nice to recruit more mages to help with sieges and to build items. I can recruit them here. I'm going to do that. Our Marshmasters right here. I don't have any gold. I spend it all. Yep, next turn, I will do that. Let's continue. Oh, wow. And I've gone way over time. I lose track while I'm playing this game. Yeah, I'm in the episode here. Thanks for watching, guys. Later.